Money isn't real. It truly doesn't exist. And in today's video, I'm going to explain why. Now, firstly, before I explain why money isn't real, we need to understand the history of money. So how did things work before money? Well, people used to trade goods and services for other goods and services. And because there was no value for these items, the trade happened by what one party was willing to give and what the other party wanted. So for example, if I made tents and I wanted to buy shoes, I would give you one tent for a pair of shoes. Now, the issue of the system is that me giving a tent for a pair of shoes isn't a fair value trade. And it's extremely difficult to get two people to trade things that each other want. Now, this is where money was created. So what is money? Money is a means of exchange for goods and services. That is the literal definition of it. And if you were to think about it, if money was to just disappear, it would literally be chaos. I mean, everyone would be fighting for resources and only the strongest would survive. So this is why I say money is extremely important. And if you want to be wealthy and want to have a lot of money, well, before you do that, you need to understand how money works. So firstly, we need to understand something. The government print money. And at the end of the day, we are nothing more than just modern slaves. Now, let me explain. Now, back in the day when they were slaves, they were given no freedom and they were given food and accommodation in exchange for their labor. Now, once money was introduced as a means of trade and exchange, a brand new system was created. So now to buy things, you needed money. But to get money now, you needed to work for someone in order to attain it. This is essentially what modern day slavery is. So let's break it down. You work a 9 to 5 being told what to do. You work 8 hours every day. You're told you can have a 1 hour lunch break. You are told you only get 2 days off a week. And not only that, you're told what to do and you have to kind of oblige. And you can't even go against your boss because there's a possibility you could get sacked. You can't take holidays when you want because it needs to be signed off. And after getting your pay every month, a lot of it gets taxed straight to the government. And what you don't realize is the government can just print money. Why do you think inflation is a thing? When there is less money in circulation, your money is worth more. When there is more money in circulation, your money is worth less. And every year, your money is worth less and less. And prices of goods are consistently increasing. Now, instead of being given food and accommodation for our labor, instead we are given money to buy food and a house. But remember, inflation is a thing and your money constantly is worth less and less and prices of goods are consistently increasing. So now your money is worth less and less and it's extremely difficult to buy food, let alone a house. And what this does is this keeps you stuck and forces you to rely on the system to get out. But the more you rely on the system to get out, the further and further in you go. So now let's say you buy a house on mortgage, but then tied down for 30 years to pay off the house. The system is designed to keep everyone in it and it's made difficult on purpose so that less people get out. The analogy I'll give you is like cooking a frog in boiling water. If you throw a frog in boiling water, it will jump straight out. But if you put it in warm water and slowly heat it up without realizing, the frog will eventually be dead. And this is exactly what happens to 80% of the people. So let me extrapolate on this. Now, banks make money when you take out a loan with them. They're not using the money that people save with them. In fact, what they essentially do is create new money, because you've got to remember, these are the guys that print money. And in regards to what they do with your money that you give them, well, the people that understand how the world works knows where the money is being spent. I might even make a separate video on this. Regardless, let's get back onto topic. So banks essentially give you money that they've created from thin air. Now let's give an example. Let's say they gave you 500 grand to buy a house. Now you'll work and slave away to pay back the loan that the bank gave you. And let's understand what the bank essentially did. All they did was type in some numbers and gave you a loan, and then you are slaving away to pay it back. You now make that money real. So essentially they created money and attached debt to it, and you end up paying back over 700 grand because of interest. Now understand one thing, banks won't give you money unless debt is attached to it. And the system is designed in a certain way so that more and more people take out loans and create brand new money, which means that all the new money that is being created, there is a debt attached to it. And because of that, there is not enough money in the world to clear all of that debt, which means that you are forever enslaved in this debt trap, making the banks richer and richer and everyone who is stuck in the debt trap more poor. Now, this is not just for mortgages, but this is also for car loans and any other type of debt. And also you need to understand that banks can't create as much money as they want. They have to have enough money kept in the Federal Reserve. This way they can then send money to other banks, which is why they need to take your money in. But let's say you deposit $2,000, they can usually make $20,000 of imaginary money from that $2,000. You've got to understand that since we are young, we are brainwashed and taught to think like the system. Like for example, when you're in school, you're told to listen to the teachers. You have to do what you're told. You have to wake up early and go to school. They are basically training you for a 9 to 5. Not only this, but you're brainwashed into thinking that money doesn't make you happy, and somehow that all the people that are rich are living miserable lives. Trust me when I say this isn't true. They say money doesn't make you happy, but imagine telling your mom, look, you've worked for 30 years and you don't need to do that anymore. Does that not make you happy? So money does make you happy to a certain degree, and for some people it's material possessions like supercars and big houses, which is fine too. But my point here is that we need to stop thinking like the poor and start shifting our thinking like the rich. Now this is where I I urge all of you that are watching this video to think different. Don't let it get too late. If you are in your 20s, 30s or 40s watching this, you still have time. Try not to think like the system and start thinking away from the system instead. You need to start thinking outside the box and using your spare time to make money away from the system. A 9 to 5 is not the only way to make money. You need to be able to think creatively, as that's what entrepreneurs with a lot of money are able to do. They've been destroying our creativity from a young age. How many times were you told to quit daydreaming? From a young age, they've been crushing your creativity. So when I say things like money isn't real, it's created to control people in order to work for money. But a smart entrepreneur understands how to make money work for them. And this is what you need to understand, because once you make money work for you, you don't need to trade time for money like you would do in a 9 to 5. You create and build systems that allow you to make money without you having to consistently trade your time for it. And to make these things happen, you need to work hard, but you also need to work smart. Unfortunately, too many people today don't work hard enough or even smart enough. There's too many lazy people today that are destined to fail because they lack action. We all want to be rich and successful, but it's only the people who put in action and work regardless how they feel who are going to make it happen. These people are then making so much money that they can buy whatever they want without even looking at the price, because now they're able to afford everything. And for these people, money just simply doesn't exist, because if they want something, they just spend a little bit of money for it, and because they have money working for them, they literally never lack money. So if you're watching this video and you understand that you need to make a change, make that change today. There are so many ways to make money online today. Literally, there are no excuses. It's so easy, and there are countless people making well over 5 figures every month. These people understood they're not built to work for 50 years and then die. These are the people looking for generational wealth. And we have these type of people in my Discord group called the Ultimate Wealth Circle. I created this group for these type of people who wanted to break out of the system and make money online. And making money online is amazing because you are geographically free and you can work wherever you want. So what is the purpose of the Ultimate Wealth Circle? Well, you must have heard the famous saying that your network is your net worth. And believe me, this is 100% true. If you truly want to be successful, you need a network of high value individuals. And you need to be willing to consistently self-improve. You need high level individuals around you who want to achieve bigger things. This way, the conversations in your circle will be completely different. Now, we have multiple groups including affiliate marketing, YouTube, dropshipping, TikTok, coding, trading, and so much more. Now, if you want to join, make sure you click my link in the description. Once you go onto my website, pick between the 3 plans, and then you'll be in. You can join for as little as $11.99 a month. Now, most of you are paying that to waste your time with Netflix. So instead of Netflix, join our network and level up yourself. Take action for a better you. I hope to see you inside the Ultimate Wealth Circle soon.